Hello everyone! Welcome to our 4th episode of The Weave. My name is Lucas and today I'll be your Dungeon Master. We are playing Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition Waterdeep Dragon Heist. Now, let's do a quick recap of last session before we start. Let me see here. So, last session the party was tracking Flun Blackmar, and they managed to track him down all the way to the sewers after they surmised that Flun had been taken in place of René Neverember from a Zentari warehouse where they battled some Kenkus. They navigated successfully the sewers, having few encounters along the way. There was a corpse full of rod grabs that could have been deadly actually if it wasn't for the knowledge of Genhorn the Druid about how dangerous these creatures actually are. After that they managed to navigate, follow clues all around the place, some memories that, some things that stirred Silas's memory, and eventually finding a junction where there was a gazer, which is it's a type of beholderkin essentially, but Silas remembered that was posted as sentries guard scouts, normally used for high value targets or people, locations, and he guessed that there was something important there. So they were on the right track. They managed to stealth through the Xanatar Guild's hideout, knocking on a goblin unconscious and managing to get two of the Xanatarians to flee the scene, intimidating them without realizing that they had been circling back to warn whoever was waiting for them beyond the last set of doors, where Flun was being tortured by Grumshar, a half-orc wizard. They stormed the hall and battled Grumshar, Zemk, Krenz, several members of the Sanitarians, and an intellect devourer, an aberrant creature that was placed there to essentially delay the party, as you figured out, so Nihilur, a mind flayer, and apparently a high-ranking member of the Xanatar Guilds, could make its getaway undisturbed. During this fight they succeeded in rescuing Flun, killing Zemk, and the rest of the Xanatarians managed to escape, but not without a cost, for Nilwithen, the cleric, fell to the aberrant magic of the intellect devourer as his mind, or his intellect rather, was taken. Lord René Neverember, though desperate to heal Flun, also offered to pay for the healing services and restore Nilwithen intellect. Not before, unfortunately, the stunned Nilwithen soiled himself, which proved to be a problem, because then he wouldn't have it. He just wouldn't go back to the Yoni portal and continue with everything else, and he decided to ask Genhorn, the Firbolg Druid, to carry him to his house, the Winter Garden house in the Trades World, his shop as well. That's where he was left to have dinner with his family after having a bath, and Genhorn made his way back to the Yawning Portal, where the rest of the party had met Volo, René and Flun and were celebrating. Unfortunately, Volo had probably stretched the truth about how much he could pay. He was in a bit of financial difficulties regarding payments, royalty payments for his latest book, but he offered instead to give the party a manor, Trollskull Manor in Trollskull Alley in the Northward, thanks to the intervention of Lord René that had actually given Volo the money to buy this thing. So René decided to consider the debt settled, and asked Volo to give the party this manor. Then you celebrated with very expensive wine, and that's where we left off. Today, now with him, Jordan will be with us, not because he's at his house with his family in Winter Garden,
Because
but
he's in
rather
his
he
house
has.
with his family in
Yes.
Wales.
Okay. Yes. Exactly. So he's both in his house in Wales and in the Trace Ward.
And pooped himself.
He
That's
puts himself in
nice.
real life as well. Yeah, that's why he's not here.
So
That's why you
yeah,
got
that's
rid
where
of
we
jobs.
left off. You are invited to this very expensive wine, Waterdhavian finest. As you cheer on in the, I'm going to say it's about 9 p.m. now, as everyone there is drinking and merrymaking, and you are with Volo, Floon, and Renair. What do you want to do?
I've also paid for a room and a bar.
You did that, yes, and it has, or it's in the process of being prepared for you.
Yeah, that's fine.
So did I.
Okay.
So did you, correct? Whereas Genhorn and Keth are yet to decide what to do about accommodation.
So, are we going to go and stay in the house then?
I'm not sure we should go tonight. I mean, we're all a bit tired, and if there are ghosts in there,
A ghost real? Have you ever seen a ghost?
Yeah, of course ghosts are real.
Okay.
Volo will.
Whether there's any in the house is up for some debate, but yeah.
probably best to leave it till tomorrow and just go in the morning.
It's on the other side of, it's the other side of the city, right? And we don't want to go that far smelling like this.
That's true, having a bath being around for me. And I've already paid for a room.
Okay. How much is that?
That's 5 silver. Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me actually. Well, I'll cover your bath and accommodation, big guy. We got some money to discuss,
Oh.
Okay.
and I'm just gonna go to the bar and just pay for it.
Do they do you have a big bath?
Okay, so you ask, wait until Bonnie is nearby, and she looks at you. We can certainly arrange for a big bath. Yes, as you very well know, the Yawning Portal caters to an audience that of all shapes and sizes. So
Thank you very much.
Including trolls, let's not forget.
not trolls, no. Those down in kills.
Yeah, it's good job we're not trolls.
So, Lord Renair,
Yes, my friend. Ha! What a wonderful day.
your what is it, brooch? Not brooch. He's got a little picture in it of his mum.
Amulet.
Locket.
Locket. Do you mind if I had a look at the shape that seems to have been taken from inside it?
Yes, of course. He takes it off and hands it to you. Just don't damage the picture, please.
No, I have no interest in that. I'm just gonna open it up and look at the. So there's like it looks like a thing had been taken out of it.
Well, so the locker opens and you see the portrait of Laurena's mother, and there is it's kind of affixed in place with some kind of like metal ring around it, and you notice that it has been like nicked in one side with the dagger, presumably to like open it. So it doesn't sit perfectly now. So you can just put your
Yeah, I'll
nail there and you,
pull it open and then just
yeah, you pull it open.
carefully show him carefully move the picture.
Yeah.
And then look at what's behind it.
So behind it, instead of being a flat surface, there's an indentation that is more or less, it's a bit oval, so it's not perfectly circular, and it's about this size, maybe half an inch tall and a bit less wide. It's a bit of an oval shape.
You reckon they kept a key there? Or?
Yeah, it's just you mentioned that they were. I'll press the picture back in and hand him it back. You mentioned that they were after some legacy about your father's hidden treasure.
Well, this is what they say, but there's so many things they say about my father. They called it Never Endless Enigma, whatever that means, and which, I mean, knowing my father, it could be any number of things. He was truly an enigma, that man. But I digress. I really don't know what they were talking about.
It's just, no, sorry. Yeah. continue.
I was just curious, why did they call your father an enigma?
Well, I call him an enigma. They were asking for Never Ember's enigma.
But what did he do in life? How did he accrue his wealth?
Oh, I mean, we are sorry. He and his father before him were powerful nobles originally from Neverwinter, and eventually he had holdings, houses, estates, real estate, farmlands, a lord. If you understand how anything of that works, he kind of like gives you a strange look. But to put it simple, not that you know what I mean.
No offense taken.
He eventually became the Open Lord of Waterdeep, and he had an instrumental role in forming the Lord's Alliance. Of course, after some time, after Mount Hateno erupted and Neverwinter was severely damaged, he started a project that many people consider it was too personal, as he started rebuilding Neverwinter, called it like New Neverwinter, and there were some rumors that he was diverting funds of the city of Waterdeep in order to finance this, build a road to Neverwinter. He wanted to make Neverwinter great again, and it was, after all, his original family's seat. Of course, he was accused of corruption, which I'm sure there are. I mean, I wouldn't question or not believe the accusations, but I have no clue the extent of it. He definitely managed to start rebuilding Neverwinter, which was a very expensive affair in a pretty short order. So he did get the money from somewhere. And this, of course, pissed off the masked lords of Waterdeep, and he was eventually ousted as he was out in Neverwinter. This happened a few years ago, and the masked lords elected the new Open Lord, Lady Lorel Silverhand, which is our current Open Lord.
Is your father still in Neverwinter then?
Yes, of course. He's the lord there.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard some pretty tyrannical things about his lordship in Neverwinter from some of my sources. Getting a bit paranoid these days, isn't he?
Lord.
Your dad.
Yes, I mean, to be honest, I don't know. I know he had spies in Waterdeep to keep tabs on things. Many people for many years after he was ousted believed he would make a move and try to regain what he considers his rightful throne as Open Lord of Waterdeep and the most important person in the Lord's Alliance. But that didn't come to happen. Although I had the suspicions that he plays spies even on my estate to keep tabs on me as well. That's why I don't spend that much time there.
Speaking of your estate and your family, your locket, just out of question. Are there others like that in your family's possession? Is it an heirloom, or is it just one that you either bought or were given by your mother, perhaps?
This was given to me by my mother.
Okay. And is she alive?
No, she's dead. Buried in the City of the Dead. In our crypt. The Neverember crypt.
Interesting. Okay.
Dig up crypt.
Wonder if the keyhole is open.
Looks at you for a moment, but enough of that. Old man, his shadow will never stop casting itself, forcing itself on me. I will forge my own legacy. One eye, my friends. And Floon, yeah, Renner. And Volo is, Of course, and it is good now that you've made new friends. It's always good to have friends in this wonderful city, you know, but the deep can be dangerous, as you very well learned.
Yeah, I'm gonna go buy myself a bigger shield tomorrow. This one is nice, thank you, but it doesn't really cover a lot of me.
I can have it back if you want.
Well, can I give it back to you after I get a better one?
Yes.
Thank
no
you.
worries.
Very kind.
So, I'd like to ask you a question, Velo. I mean, you
Yes.
seem to know things about everything.
Oh, I mean, my expertise is extensive, but not everything.
So maybe you know something about this. Like, when we were trying to find Flume, we saw this guy with a weird face, and then he had like a brain dog, and then we had to fight that. By the looks of your face, I'm guessing you've never seen one before.
Well, I think that you mentioned something about fighting an intellect devourer. I've heard about those things, yes. But it is strange to find those kind of creatures here in Waterdeep, even in the sewers. I mean, these things are said to be the aberrant creations of powerful and alien mind flayer colonies deep in the Underdark. It is unheard of to be walking around so close to the surface in the city itself.
Was that what the thing with the tentacles on its face was?
I mean, that would be then a mind flare, but of course... and Lord Renair says, well, I can confirm that's indeed what we fought, and it was the most disturbing.
Wait, so you've seen them before?
Well, I mean, I did extensive research on them.
With to Renee.
Oh.
I guess. So you've seen them before? You know what they are, or are you just going by what he's saying? Or
I know what they are from a scholarly point of view. I had never seen one before, and I hope I never see one again.
any ideas why we would see them with the Xanathars? Like, I thought they were just people, like the other ones, the Zendrim. They were just people too, right?
Well, there are rumors about the Xanatar's guild and the Xanatar itself surrounding or recruiting from not only the worst aspects of our society, but also from deep in on the mountain. And there, where it says his lair or base of operations is in Skullport, it's deep in on the mountain and close to some areas that may be connected to the Underdark. I can only imagine that's why he manages to get these kind of friends, as it were.
Right. So, are we going to be avoiding those in the future, or what? Because they didn't seem too nice.
I have reason to believe that we can try, but given that we've made some form of contact with them, they'll probably find us in the future. If they think we're involved with this, which we now unfortunately are.
That doesn't sound very good.
I did have an idea. I don't know how wise it would be. Certainly not today, but possibly tomorrow. To head back down into the small Xanathar's hideout that we found today. See if that one guy, Krent, was still about. See if we could get some information off him regarding the type of people that we're dealing with.
Surely, they would have reinforced and got more people, so it'd be.
I don't know that they would. I know that it's likely that Mind Flayer, I believe his name is Nihilor, yeah. And that half-orc would probably have left, but as for the rest of them, I can't see them bailing out or strengthening up.
Sounds pretty dangerous.
Well, we could go down there, and if we see like another one of those, the eye things. Have you seen those before? Like, the eyes with the eyes on the sticks. Seen another one of those? We run away. Is that
Yeah,
We know it's dangerous then.
Yeah.
that's true. That does mean danger.
Because we killed the last one.
We could just go to our new house and barricade it up. And
Well, the
see.
reason I suggest it is because if he's talked, we need to know what he said and who he told, because we know exactly the most difficult people to find when you ask around, and there's only so many furbolgs in Waterdeep.
I mean, there's only one, I think. So
Is that you?
yeah.
Well, there you go, even easier to find.
Yeah, good point.
And given the type of people we've been talking to over the last couple of, day, feels like longer.
Yeah.
Down in the dock wards, those are the type of people they're going to be asking them, and we need to make sure we don't leave any loose ends.
Yeah. Right. I had to go and let some people know what I've been up to anyway, just so they're not worried about me as well.
So you gardening friends?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much this is going to affect us day to day. I don't know all of your. I mean, you're a gardener. I know what you do, but I don't know much about you, Millicent. Whether day to day you're just around. You mentioned a temple.
Yeah,
If you're a priest, yes.
I'm on, I guess, a mission at the moment. This is all kind of new to me, so I don't really know what I'm doing right now. But
Oh, is our mission not finished then?
Yeah, I thought your mission was to
guess it
find
is.
your esteemed Lord Renair here.
I mean, I have to wait for Niall to come back, I guess. I think I'm not really sure. I guess he's the leader.
I mean,
He
I
seemed to know what's
imagine,
going on more than.
I imagine he'll be a while getting his pants clean. They were quite messy, so.
Yeah, so I guess we got time until he sorts his business or whatever.
His business.
It's a frequent affair, is soiling.
I mean, I've not known him for that long, I don't think he's ever done it before.
When I was at his house, his family, they were laughing at him. Apparently it had happened before. I don't know how long ago, but it might be quite a frequent thing that happens to him.
We should take some joy in the fact that of all people to get covered in shit after going down into a sewer, it would be him. Unfortunately, it was his own. I don't think any of us were there coming.
Wait, you said unfortunately or fortunately?
Well, I don't really know what's worse.
How much wine have you got to drink?
Only the one glass, unfortunately. Look over at Lord Renair.
Sorry?
I said only the one glass of wine, unfortunately.
Oh, we had the whole bottle. We can have another sip each, if you wish, and then we'll be taking our leave. Fleur and I. Valo's. Yes, I mean, I have to go to the magistrate tomorrow morning to get your deed signed, as I said. So yes, I think I will spend the night at yours, René. So René goes, very well, and
Do we,
refills.
Make sure you don't leave too late. The streets are not safe, and we would hate if anything happened to you again.
I think we're safer from here all the way to the seawall where we leave.
Yeah, and you might want to stay away from the dockboard for a while at least.
Perhaps you could get one of the lamplighters to escort you.
Yes, I mean that's not a bad idea, but yes, we might actually do that. And Flune at this said you mentioned stay away from the doorward. Well, I mean not everyone has the same possibility for not going there. I guess some of us work there.
Huh. What do you do there?
Well, I'm a freelancer.
Freelancer.
Yeah,
In the realm of...
in the realm of companionship.
Huh. Very well.
So, those rumours about him being a gigolo are not, in fact, rumours.
Okay, well,
If you ever need a companion, drinking or otherwise, remember the Flune.
I think you're a little high risk.
Well, I don't know. If René hadn't been with me, I think I would have been safe. And René kind of like stiffens at this. I am sorry, Flune. You may be right.
I said he's a client.
Oh no, he's a friend.
Oh.
Does
Right.
that mean mates rates or?
I think you're taking this a little bit too personal. You should back off. Volo, sorry to.
The gentle tact of the Valda.
Do we have the key for this new house?
Oh yes, I gave you a key.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I've
think
got
so.
A really big key.
Yeah,
It opens the padlock to the tap room. Unfortunately, I don't have.
It used
I
to
don't
be
think
a-
I have the key to the house itself, or I misplaced it. I don't know. It has a different entrance, of course. The tap room is the main area in the ground floor, and then there's a secondary entrance to the house, and they're not connected, so patrons could not go up the private area, of course.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So
Well,
we need to break in. Okay.
let's.
I mean, you are technically the owners, so it wouldn't be breaking in.
Does it have a like a lock on the inside that you can open, or do you need a key on both sides?
There's a big chain and a padlock. It is not a door with a keyhole.
Oh, okay. Well, that's easy then. We can just break the padlock.
I mean, this is the tap room, the one you have the key for.
Okay, but the main door.
This is the main door, the tap room door. The door to the manor around the corner and a set of stairs, that's a smaller door. And that one, I believe, also has, because squatters have been in and out over the years, the actual lock wasn't replaced and it's broken or something, so it also has a chain and a padlock.
Right. So
We did talk about opening our own bar. Now we've just come into possession of a tap room.
yeah.
It's going to cost a lot to get it running though.
Well, we've got that 10 gold.
I've got 10 gold too, but I mean, it's going to cost even more than that. I would
Barbaris
think.
reminds me of something that came into possession when we were in the Thieves' Hideout. Some little gold that was in the chest. I mean, I was thinking maybe we could just set that aside for any repairs that we might need to do in the house.
Yeah. Well, we need 2 new locks by the sounds of it already.
Just the one.
Well, the main door.
Oh, we don't have to break one of them.
I'm sure we won't have enough
You know.
gold to do
Yeah,
all
but
the
we wanna
repairs
go
that
to
need to be
lo-
done. But at least we have some money set aside.
Yeah. Shame no one here is a carpenter. That could be really useful.
Keep in mind, I can help you out if you wish by bringing a friend of me, a surveyor from the Surveyor and Mapmakers Guild. He can survey, assess the damage and the repairs, and maybe give you an idea of both the guilds you have to contact for the work, for you cannot do it yourselves, as you very well know, this is Waterdeep.
Of course.
And the potential cost that you would incur, you will certainly need to contact the Cellars and Plumbers Guild, the Carpenters and Roofers Guild. If you wish to open the tavern, the Fellowship of Innkeepers, you need the Dank Sweepers, to the street labourers.
We get it, there's a lot of people we have to talk to.
Yes, of course.
So with this surveyor,
You are now the proud owners of a property in Waterdeep.
I'm guessing then the surveyor will be also included in the fee that we are
Oh,
getting.
he can do this as a favour to me.
Perfect.
Speaking of favours
Oh,
to
no,
us,
oh,
actually.
Sorry.
Lord Renair, yeah, I've already mentioned my payment of the dagger, which you've seemed to have suggested that instead of replacing with one of your own, you'll now introduce me to someone. Would this person happen to be of the Metal House of Wonder?
Okay. So, the Metal House of Wonders is the guild of
Yeah, of
blacksmiths and
Armorers,
weaponsmiths.
locksmiths, firesmiths.
Now, all of the more official shops in town, of course, are members of the guild. I do know of someone based on certain runnings and contacts I have in the dog world. I do know of someone else that runs a more, let's say, less guild affiliated business down in the dog world.
Okay, that sounds like something I can get on board with.
Yes, I would have to take you there, for he doesn't deal with people. Sorry, she doesn't deal with people she doesn't know about. But yes, I mean, I'm just basing this. I mean, don't take me the wrong way. Just basing it on your expertise of small blades and knives that you might find this place interesting.
And when would be your nearest convenient time to make such an introduction, given your hesitation to come with us to the manor tomorrow?
Well, I mean, I have so many things to deal with right now, but maybe a couple of days. Maybe on the 5th.
I'll see you on the 5th. Come by the manor.
Sure.
That's at the other end of the city. That's like you'll be there from the 5th to the 6th, right?
It's not going to take me a day to walk the length of the city.
I mean, a long walk.
I'll take one of the carriages. It's fine. Lord Renee is sure to pay to stop his feet from aching.
Wait, can he get in trouble for going to this place? If they're less guild inclined or whatever it was you said, can he get into trouble for this?
Oh, well, no. No, unless you talk to the wrong people about this.
Well, I'm sure I can keep my mouth shut. My
I assume so.
staunch virtues that I uphold so consistently will have to.
Yes. You seem to be familiar based on the adventure we shared together as we were navigating the sewers with a lot of the things that one might associate with the Santa's Guild.
I've heard a lot of stories. I'm a bartender. People talk a lot.
Bartenders, they do know a lot. Yes, that makes sense. Make a deception check.
Oh, 7. That wine's getting to me.
Our stories.
I'm a bartender.
Spartan.
You're a natural 20. Looks at you kind of like... Of course. Well, my friends, if this is all, I again commend and thank you
It's
for your
been-
services. And Floon, Paolo, and I shall see you on the 5th. Floon is like, yes, and again, friends, it was a pleasure. And, come see me sometime. You can probably find me sometime at the Purple Palace.
Yeah, I was going to say you might want to drop at the Purple Palace and send our regards to
Yes.
the
Who
lady.
shall I say that sends their regards?
Well, tell her that the 3 consuls that visited her on the 3rd of Hammerfell, or whatever it is called, Winter Shield, send her regards and that we were happy to.
Oh,
We are the ones who rescued you. She'll know what we're talking about.
okay. I shall do that then. Thank you very much.
Oh, and say hi to Santa for me.
You know Santa?
A little bit.
Yeah, such a lovely lad, isn't he? Okay. Well, thank you very much. He starts leaving with Renee and Volo. Well, I will be there tomorrow then, first thing in the morning with your deed. And I think if I may be able to grab an old surveyor's map of the thing. It was, I think, I just took a look at it when I first bought it, but it might still be there with the magistrates. They keep the records of the city. Anyway, I'll see you there tomorrow.
Fairly well.
Thank you so much. I might just give you a signed copy of my book when it comes out.
That would be delightful.
Oh yes, of course, they do fetch a good price then on the secondary market. And turns around and leaves. Danon is kind of like, serving people there and just shaking his head as everyone leaves.
My bath is nearing its preparatory state. It's nearly drawn.
May I ask before you go? I'm curious. I mean, you seem to be quite antagonistic with Lord Brenner. I don't know. It just seems. I've learned that with noblemen, you have to make sure you don't cross them. You seem to be quite unfazed by that.
I have experience, shall we say, dealing with the nobility. And find little enthusiasm to play their games, shall we say.
Fair enough, as long as you know not to incur their wrath.
Well, it seems I've incurred the wrath of more than just one pompous lord.
Well, it's just that this one we have on our side, we've done him a very good turn.
Yeah, but whether we'll see him again is a different question, isn't it? We've done him a good turn, and he's buggered off now.
I mean, he did pay a lot of money to have now fixed, which was quite nice.
I mean, that's great, but he got injured. Lending him a hand in the long
Well,
run,
no, I mean, he was doing a mission for the city, so that's like his duty. I guess it's different for you, maybe you don't have a sworn duty to something, so...
Well, not as such, maybe. Sorry, okay.
No, I mean, my concern is not whether he deserves to be treated better. I was just more concerned about us. Like, if you cross him, he's got a lot of
Yeah,
weight
he knows,
behind him.
he knows where we live now as well, so...
We know where he lives as well.
That's true.
It's true.
I'm not sure we can storm his palace
I mean, there
in
wasn't
revenge.
really like a lot of security there. We went there and you could have just walked in, really, so...
What, to Lord Renair's? You were at
Yeah.
his estate?
Yeah.
Well, before yesterday.
2 days ago.
Is that when you were looking for him?
Yeah, we went to check there first.
What is your connection to him that got you involved in his disappearance? It seems strange that two people that would have no affiliation with him would be the ones searching for him when he had such a, as you mentioned, esteemed and powerful entourage.
Well, I think the main thing is that they didn't want to cause any, stir up anything as to like where he was missing.
So
Yeah,
they
but
sent
how
a-
did-
so they sent a verbal gardener
Yeah, I mean,
inconspicuously to go find him.
there's covert ops, but a gardener is a bit clutching at you
Well-
have no formal training in.
Yeah, I was more just as like a tag along, because I'd sort of met Millie and Niall before, and they were on this mission, and I kind of just joined in.
Well, no, I understand because he's city guard.
I don't really know.
Yeah,
I
I
think
don't
he's
really
just
know.
from the temple.
His,
that he's
his
from.
dad owns a shop, but that's about all I know.
Inside check. Oh, 21.
Do you wanna?
I'll roll deception. It's actually
Oh no, I was wrong. Sorry, 23.
23 and
It's actually 17, but I'm not lying. Sorry.
17. Yeah, I mean you do not be more.
I can tell him more. But
No, you don't have to.
No,
We
you
don't
No,
don't
no,
have
but
to.
what I mean
I was
is.
just going to tell him more, but you interrupted me with this insight check.
Okay, okay, sorry.
But what we've said so far, there's been no lies.
No, I know. I was just.
No,
just-
there's been no lies. There's more, that's it, as far as you can tell.
Someone interrupted me.
Yeah, so basically, I've just met them from the gardens. They visit me and just got talking, and then a couple of nights back, we were hanging out, and they had a mission to go to, and I was like, "Well, I've got nothing else to do," so came along for the ride. This is where we are.
You are a jolly companionable fellow, aren't you?
Oh, thank you very much.
So your story with Senior Soil goes further.
Like a little bit, not much further. Like we've known each other for a short time, but
You mentioned you were introduced through temples.
yeah, we're from temples that are kind of close to each other, and it's kind of close to the gardens where he works. So it's kind of it all fell together by chance, I guess. And I don't really know why I was asked to do the things I had to do, but I was just excited to do them, so I kind of went along with it, and this is everything that's happened.
So what are your temples? Out of curiosity, mainly.
I'm from the Tower of Luck, the Temple of Tamora, and he's,
Tower of Luck.
it's the one.
Talmora.
Have you heard of it? Do you
No, it's fascinating.
Uh, and yeah, miles from nearby, just the temple that's in there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is that
I don't have a temple.
a temple?
You man the grounds of a temple, don't you? Isn't that what you're the gardener of?
No, just it's the shrines of nature.
So, more religious.
Yeah.
So you all draw your powers from this, the deity of nature, or the deity of
Of luck. I
Of luck.
suppose.
and Widden from Saloon.
Saluna, yeah.
Saluna.
Keep shouting about some storm every so often. Feel my storm. Kiss my storm. Smell my storm. This, that.
That's what he
Really,
says.
really let it rip at some point, innit?
Yeah.
What about you? Where did you draw your powers from?
Hmm.
You do some weird things like that.
Yeah.
Get all frosty and stuff.
I thought I was also a jolly companionable fellow, but maybe not so much.
Well, I like hanging out with you. You're quite fun. So
Yeah. I mean, so do I. I mean, I think you and I can do great things together.
we can change the world.
We can.
Yeah. Draw some more.
One garden at a time.
Have some more. Have some more wine. Let's get some more wine.
Do you want to order?
Dad and I think Rene said that his account is open for us for the eve, did he not?
No, he didn't.
Well, I'm
But
sure
we,
he won't
uh,
mind if you stick a few guild ales on there.
Yeah, I'm sure. Remember that troll we helped you with?
Sure thing. Gilda is gonna be 2 nips.
I'll
Remember
cover
that time there was a troll and we helped you kill the troll?
Well, we
Is
got-
it
we
too
got
rich
tricked
with
for
that? So
Oh yeah, you were the ones that helped. Okay, I'll give you a free round.
You're a good man.
you're learning, Gennard.
From a cask, pours 4 mugs.
So, does anybody want my wine? I didn't drink it.
Yeah. We can mix drinks. It's fine.
I'm not sure you're supposed to mix grain and grape, but
Oh, we'll know tomorrow.
yeah, when we miss our meeting with Volo.
So regarding your suggestion of going back into the sewers, do you really think it's sensible, considering
Don't
you
think it's
are?
sensible, but I think it's a necessity. The two are seldom the same thing.
Well, I mean, I've got a contact that I can get in touch with, and maybe try to get some more information about what's going on. But
Actually, that's a good idea. Scan the room, look, see if 3 strings is.
He's playing. And yeah. And by the way, you're all quite hungry. Also, I mean, you're putting alcohol in your body after not eating and fighting the whole day.
One dinner.
I just noticed I'm really hungry.
You see that Bonnie is walking about. There appears to be pottage, some kind of stew, and a nice roast with greens and bread.
well, I think we deserve a good meal tonight.
Yeah.
Bonnie, what's in the roast?
Roast? It's hog.
Hog?
Yeah, take it out of the house fund, I guess. 4 roasts.
How much?
Oh, for the roast greens and nice fresh bread, it's silver piece. A shot.
That's a lot of money for just food.
Well, I think after our day, a good meal was.
That's okay. We'll get it.
You
the
can have the
Xanatar-
stew for 8 nips.
Nah, the Xanatar's Guild will pay for it.
I think you should be careful where you say that.
You gave me 14 nips. Oh yeah, so
That's
for
full silver.
yeah, for silver. That's great.
I appreciate the humour with it, man.
Yeah, Bonnie kind of looks at you all. Huh. Okay, coming. And she goes around.
I'm gonna peel off towards Three Strings.
Yeah. Oh, there you are, Cyrus.
Yeah, twice in one day. Look at that.
Yes,
It's a pleasure.
How are you doing?
Not too bad. I was just wondering.
I heard about your exploits. I didn't know you were back in business.
Well, you know, next time you need inspiration for a song, look no further, shall we say. Actually, don't. I don't want people to know what I'm up to. But I was just wondering,
I can always compose a song to your memory.
why? Why my memory?
The memory of your exploits.
Is that a threat?
Of course it isn't, my friend.
Look, it's been a long day, so I'm just gonna be a bit more direct than I would usually be with you. How much contact have you had with guild business recently?
Good business.
Let me tell you where I'm at first. Or whether these names mean anything to you. If I was to say Gnarl, would that have any resonance?
Not really, no. Keep in mind that I've been trying to stay away from that kind of lot, focusing myself on different sorts of affairs these days.
And what might they be?
Well, make a persuasion check. This would be. It's mostly he's trying to decide whether to trust you right now.
50.
15? Okay. Well, you see, I saw you talking to Davil and Yagra this morning,
Yeah.
and I was wondering, what do you have any dealings with them?
Not as late, but there is some prospect of working with Davil in the future, it seems.
I see.
He has some interest in me, and I've just over to get my friend there, and he has unfortunately been too busy to express exactly what that means for me.
You do know they are Zendrin,
Yeah, I know.
and you do know what this means. You know, considering the situation right now in the lower wards.
Well, as far as he has made clear, he is against the apparent schism happening within the Zentarim
Oh.
ranks.
Of course he is.
But whether that is true or not, I'm unsure.
You cannot trust anything a Zend says, my
No,
friend.
I know that, but look, he's apparently targeted by Xanathars, and now I've heard that, as you may as well know, there's a capture and kill out on myself as well, so...
Oh, is there now?
Friends in
Oh,
strange places, maybe. That's why I wondered if you were threatening me earlier when you said, in my memory.
No. I
Got a dagger hidden in that
You know,
little
I have a love for the poetic. I'm a bard after all, and anyway, you see, I think that regarding everything that is happening down there in the lower woods, and I think Ochua may have heard about your exploits. Today what happened, the daring rescue of Flun, who has a loose tongue. I would say that I think it's not conducive to your safety, and again, pardon me, it's not a threat, it's a warning, but not from me.
Okay.
From
Good
other
save.
elements in the city. It's not, I don't think it's conducive to your health that you deal with the likes of Davin. In fact, I think that your talents is it's true that you are back in business, might be best used in the company of other types of people I can probably get you in touch with. We are good friends after all.
Yeah. Sometimes your playing is a little lackluster, but the conversation's always been a pleasure.
It's all in the lyrics, my friend. It's all in the lyrics.
Well, no, I've got a room here for the night, so why don't you compose me a list of possible friends you might like to introduce me to, and I can take into consideration if there's some work that you have in mind.
Of course, I'll...
And in return, when we open up the new tavern that we've apparently just become the owners of,
Oh, I heard about that one.
you can perform the opening ceremony.
Sure thing. That place has been closed for almost 30 years now, so it will be wonderful to have a tavern open in the Northward again. There are not that many there. It's mostly a residential place, so...
Well, even better for business then. Nobles love a
Indeed.
boozer.
I do know there is one that opened recently, not far from where that old ruined building is. Something about Bruce something. But yeah. But anyway, I will certainly come back to you. Take care now.
Well, alright. You have yourselves a good night, and if I do talk to Devil and anything strange comes up, I'll let you know before you get your feet too wet.
Yeah. That'll be wonderful, my friend. Keep slaying. What are you guys doing in the meantime?
Drinking and eating.
So you're drinking, you are not, and Bonnie brings 4 plates of wooden plates with kind of like a circular canal around it, so the blood kind of pools in that area. And puts the 4 plates there with roast greens, there's like asparagus and all sorts of stuff, and a nice big warm loaf of bread that had been heated up in near the fireplace. And just puts everything there.
I grab asparagus.
Enjoy.
Yeah, it was good, thanks.
So you start eating. Anything else you wish to do?
So, where are you from? Like, you didn't say earlier, like, because you do your magic thing, and I understand if you don't want to speak about that. But like, I just don't know much about you at all. Like, you've been with us, and I know some stuff about Silas, and I know where he's from, and I know where Mal's from, obviously. And, you know, we've only spent a day together. I'm sure there's reasons I don't know much about you, but.
Well, yeah, I guess I came to Waterdeep only a couple of months ago, and I go work as a guard. I used to be a caravan guard back in the days. I hail from the north, from Handlestone. You ever heard of it?
I heard you mention it earlier, but before that,
No.
It's a nothing town in Icewind Dale. It's in the 10-town trail. It's a number of cities that basically are connected in that area. It's mostly mining towns and the like. Just caravan guard, making my way further down south, each time with each new job, and that's how I ended up here.
Like, why here though? I mean, it's a nice place, but
It's pretty cold up there. Icewind Dale, I mean, they call it the spine of the world for a reason, and it's as the further down I got, even further down from Neverwinter, the nicer the weather got, and the city has a lot to offer.
Yeah, pretty good down here.
And it's like people like us
Yeah.
who are able just to
Just
mingle in the city without.
find some work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I really like it in here, and now I have a house of all things.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty good. I think we should decorate and move in straight away.
You're already thinking of the decoration.
Well,
What do you have in mind?
I think we should get some plants. Maybe we could have some animals to live there as well, because there's quite a lot of animals. It's quite cold at the moment in
Animals
the city.
in the house.
Well, because it's quite cold at the city at the moment, and so
Do they
lot of
like
them-
ghosts?
I don't know about that.
That'd be interesting. Animals and ghosts.
I've
That
never
could be like
met
the
a
theme of
ghost.
the pub, like call it the
Animals are ghost
Okay.
club, yeah.
animal and ghost.
But yeah, because it's kind of cold at the moment in the city, so if there's... Actually, that's a good point. I better go back and check my garden tomorrow. I've got some feeders out for like the birds and
For
things.
birds. The
Yeah,
birds.
but I want to make sure they're okay because it's been a couple of days and they might be getting empty. So,
So the birds go out and fly around when it's cold.
well, they can still go out and get food and stuff too. Yeah.
Oh, I thought they were staying in their nests.
Well, they have to get food, don't they? So,
Fair enough. I don't know much about birds.
some animals they'll get the food and they'll hibernate and they'll take it into like trees and stay in there.
Okay.
But other animals can't they can't store as much food in that way, so they have to go out and get food.
So you lay out all the food for them.
Well, I've got feeders and like the trees and things.
Nice.
Yeah.
Such a kind man.
Well, you've got to look after them. So, yeah.
So do ghosts have do they have to go out and get food too? Or?
I don't know. I don't know any ghosts.
Maybe you have. Maybe they take the food from us, like from our life essence.
Well, the strange thing is, there's like more people than there are
Ghosts.
like that are alive. Then there's like so many people who have died, and then I don't know any ghosts. All the people I know
Yeah.
are alive.
Why some of them become ghosts and others don't?
Oh, we should have asked
Over
Volo.
them.
He would have known.
What?
Volo, he would have known. But he's gone now.
I mean, he likes the story, but I'm not sure he knows much.
Well, I don't know. He seems to have studied them things, but
I mean, if there's ghosts at the new place, we can speak to them. They
we can ask them.
Can
yeah.
you speak to ghosts?
We could try.
do they not speak normal?
Have you ever encountered a ghost?
No.
Okay. Neither have I.
Yeah. Well, I'd be interested anyway.
I mean, ghosts are people too, right?
I don't know.
Are ghosts? Yeah, I mean, you don't really see them like mingling with people, so
I
maybe
mean, ghosts are visible. You don't see them anywhere.
that's true.
I mean, there's different you get like spirits from different planes and things, like fey creatures and stuff. But that's not really ghosts, I don't think.
Look, have you ever seen a fae?
I would have probably.
In the forest, back in the forest. In fact, as attuned to nature you are, here in Waterdeep there is a distinctive lack of the areas where the material plane
Yeah.
is kind of like thinner, like the separation between the Feywild and material plane, except for very specific areas like around parks, like in the Shrines of Nature, which is as a shrine to Miliki and Sylvanus. It's more connected. But you would have seen and known about them a lot.
Yeah. So they live on the fey plane, and sometimes there's bits where they can sort of pass through into our plane sometimes, and they'll come and visit. And
I wonder if our house is going to be some kind of portal like that.
or
Like this portal. This portal is a bit more physical, I
what
guess.
to like
but
some kind of ghost plane.
maybe.
Ooh.
I don't know how these things work.
I mean, that'd be a very good selling point for the bar.
You get,
Come, have a drink with our friend, I don't know, LeChuck.
Are there animal ghosts? What
Um,
happens to animals when they die?
I think they just die. The spirit just returns to
There must be
nature.
a reason why some people turn into ghosts. Well, others don't. Otherwise, the whole place would be full of
Well-
ghosts.
As far as I understand it, whenever you die, when I die, my spirit just goes back to nature and my energy continues on there in some way. But I don't think it becomes a ghost. But I guess maybe if people they want to like hold on to what they had and don't want to let go, maybe I don't know.
A bit like
You hear of these kind of like wizards and stuff that do that, and yeah. But I don't know.
I guess like. I wonder what would have happened to Niall Whelan had he died when he was a bit soiled and like.
I mean, you can always come back. That's, people do that.
You can come back.
Yeah, like you die and you come back.
What do you
I mean, some people
That's
are.
never happened to me.
I mean,
Has it happened to you?
some people they die and then they come back, and it's like it's not their time or whatever, and the gods have their things that they want to do, and you die, then it's might not be the end.
I have heard of really powerful magic that can bring people back to life,
No.
but I don't think it's possible though. I've never seen it happen.
Sounds like Lord Renair can probably afford that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it just happens.
It just happens. Well, you die and then, huh?
And you're alive again, and you know, maybe you don't know why, and then you just.
Well, I've had a
It's
few
awful.
close calls in my time.
I mean,
but-
you'd never know until you die if you come back or not.
I'd rather not test that theory.
Yeah.
At this point, I'll sit down and then start eating.
Yep.
Ah, we're back.
Yeah, just had to catch up with an old friend.
We were just talking about ghosts.
Oh yeah, the ghost babies in the new house.
Have you seen a ghost baby before?
Like any ghost,
Any ghosts?
we haven't seen any.
No,
Okay.
not with my own eyes.
Have you
Oh,
seen them with
that's-
someone else's?
Yeah, I mean, how does that work?
Second-hand experience. I've heard tales.
That makes more sense.
Which hand?
Yeah, the ghost sands. They came round when I was doing some pottery.
In the Potter's Guild.
Stay away from that guild.
Sorry, Danon.
Yeah.
Can I get some scraps of meat for Scholar? He's just having a sleep by the fire.
Yeah, sure. We have some of the harder skin in the horse head.
Yeah,
There
yeah,
we
we
go.
get anything, yeah. Just whack it by him.
Kind of scrape, like greasy kind of pan where maybe the hog was put in order to be put in the fire, and just grabs, put it on a little like wooden bowl, and just gives it. There you go.
Cheers. He's
For his help dealing with the troll. Ha!
yeah, he's a fierce beast. Maybe we should. I'll take the bowl and just put it down there. Oh, he's a good boy. Maybe we should do a dive. What do you reckon? Luck seems to be with us today, as you mentioned earlier.
Do a dive.
Yeah, down the.
Dip.
Yeah, dip down the. the
Yeah,
I mean,
good one.
The,
Oh, yeah.
it's still watered up the
Yeah.
portal after.
That was fat. You're a funny one. Do like a slap on the shoulder kind of thing. Oh.
too much for you, is it?
Huh?
Too much for you. You're a big lad.
Oh, you've been serious?
I think we'd be fine.
I think you're an idiot, but
Yeah, I've been
I
cool.
mean, the last guy, he made it up fine.
yeah, they brought a troll
Well,
in
then
the stages.
we dealt with this mess. Like, we go down there, we come back up, someone else does that.
I think I'm with Genhor on this one.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've had enough trouble for one day. We don't want to get in trouble with the law as well for going down in the hole, so, you know.
It must be so interesting down there. Like,
Well,
why
it's
else would you do it, right?
Dark. I can't see in the dark, so.
Yeah, what's down there? I'll give you
Down
a
there.
wry smile.
But clearly trolls and what's the other thing there? The sake thing is?
Oh yeah, the weird blood bats.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going down there. But if you want to go down there, I will bet on you to make it back up, because I believe in you.
Well, I appreciate that.
I'll bet you. I reckon he won't make it back up.
I'll bet against myself, and then I'll purposely lose. Then I'll claim all the money a couple of days later.
Yeah,
Smart.
I don't think it works like that.
No, exactly not.
I don't think they're going to be open for a while there. Otherwise, I'd be up for it.
It's good to know.
Right, well, I think I'm going to get my bath now.
Yeah, it should be ready. Did you pay for a bath? You did, didn't you?
Yeah, we paid for being a
Yeah.
big guy's
Thank
bath.
you.
Separate baths.
Oh, okay.
It's
I
like
thought
you
we were...
did.
I thought that's why you asked for a big one for the two of you to.
No, he's
I
got his
don't
own
mind
big one.
showing.
I know
if
he
you want.
likes to keep his secrets, like this.
They've been interrogating you, and they might have some.
Yeah, they were just wanting to know a little bit about my wrongdoings and my dark past, but that's normal.
Yeah.
Which actually kind of reminds me of something that I wanted to run past you.
They all agree.
Well, I mean, past you, but obviously you're welcome to partake in the conversation, though I'm not sure if it's going to make much sense to you. So the contract that I was thinking of.
Oh yeah, you were talking about that before I rudely left.
Well, remember that dwarf we met at the Splinter Dragon?
Yeah, the one that seemed to take a keen interest in you.
Yeah, well, he used to work for my former employees.
The
Well,
caravan.
he actually probably works for my former employees.
That's the caravan. Or is this up in Icewind Dale?
No, this is more complicated, but it's related to the in some way, without going into much detail, with the gate crashers. I think.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I asked. I said I've heard rumours of a certain
Yeah,
something that you may.
that organization that I
Yeah,
told you
yeah.
about. So I was thinking, considering that we have put ourselves in a pretty visible situation right now, and if this dwarf now knows I'm around, I don't think I can pretend that he didn't see me.
Does
So
he recognise you as?
I think he recognized me
From
for
the
having
description?
belonged at my previous organization. So word will not take long to travel.
Just to clarify here, so we've kind of got ourselves involved with two people that are both quite notorious with two pre-existing, quite dangerous factions that exist within Waterdeep.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, but that's the reason why. That's the reason why I've been forthright with you. If perhaps you would like to part ways, I totally understand. Although now we share a house in common.
Well,
But I mean, just so you're aware, my organization is not unlike Silas. I don't think they're trying to. I don't have a kill and capture order on me.
Okay,
But
well.
there will be, for reasons that I don't want to go into. My contract with them was accidentally terminated, so they will be they'll want to know that I'm alive, and I guess they will probably find out now that this dwarf's seen me. So perhaps I should take the first step and get in touch with them and see how they are doing, and if there's anything that they can help us with information, since they are well connected in relation to everything that's been going on.
okay.
So you guys are bad guys?
No, there are no good.
Subject
There's
to
no good guys
interpretation.
and bad guys. I mean, have we ever done you a wrong turn?
I think they
No,
just
Vincent.
dabble in the grey areas a bit more. Hence the colour of his skin.
We've been pretty good with each other, and maybe we were doing the things that you wanted to do. Like we came by chance by trying to find Floon, and you wanted to find Floon, we wanted to find Floon, and that was great. But then maybe you guys are bad guys and you want to kill Floon, and you're gonna go find him and kill him, or I don't know. Like you're saying stuff about like like I really wasn't following what you're saying, but it sounded like you were talking about your friends with the bad guys, and you seem to know a lot about the Xanathars, and I didn't really catch what you were talking about.
I get the impression from my one day that I spent with you that you are kind of more about making your way through life. You have to earn some money and get by, and I appreciate people have different ways of doing things, and that's your way of doing things. But from what we've seen, they're pretty good-hearted. They've not really gone out of their way to hurt anyone,
Right.
and they've
So
been
they're-
looking out for us.
For the best intentions.
Yeah.
That's fine. I don't want to turn into like the murder guys. Or
But if
whatever.
it's a case of money or saving you, I don't know whether you stand on that at the moment. So you have to be careful.
Well, I mean, I'm glad that like our actions speak louder than any kind of ties with names or organizations. I did run into that dangerous room full of Philithids and intellect devourers when you were alone in there, my big guy.
Yeah.
So
Thanks for that.
I am willing to
That was
risk my life to help others.
that situation didn't go quite as I thought it would.
No, I think nobody knew how that was going to pan out. We were all taken by surprise.
Right, but what I'm saying is your actions are not always so like they're not so aligned with intention. Maybe you've done these good things and you had like a bad intention behind them. I mean, as long as you're doing the good thing, that's just what I want to be doing
Listen,
too.
I'll be Millicent. I'll be honest. I took the job because of the money. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
it
not
was the
a
money.
friend of Floon's. I'm not a friend of Volo. it was a job, the money was paid. But once I took the job, I thought I was fair with you. I mean, I just told you actually I got this money as well that I could have kept for myself, and I was going to put it forward to the repairs of the house. I
Yeah.
think I've been pretty forthright, but you have all the right to make your own call.
So what does that mean your next steps are? Like, you're gonna go looking for just money, whatever means necessary, or you like go kill this guy who's like a nice guy and
Nah.
I'll give you lots of money, or
We're not
We're not
murderers.
murderers. He's a bartender. Or was a
Yeah.
bartender.
I'm
And
a
he want to
gardener.
be one again.
A bartender, a gardener.
I'm a guard.
a
Ah,
guard.
I'm a guard. I don't kill people.
What do
I
you
stop
actually do?
people
I
from
don't
killing
actually know
people.
what you do.
I mean, it's hard to say. I guess I study in the temple, but I'm not so good
A
at
studio.
studying. Like,
So we've got a guard, a bartender, a gardener, and a studio.
well, acolyte is the word you go
Acolyte,
with, but you know what that means.
Together.
I couldn't say.
Acolyte. Well, I mean, if I were to be prejudgmental, I've seen a few acolytes in my time that I would not really like to associate with. But seeing what I've seen of your temperament, I would like to think that you're a good person to be around.
I suppose that brings some perspective to my situation.
I would like to say that normally I've never seen a bad gardener, but then the guy that is the gardener for Renee's estate wasn't very good. So
Oh yeah, he didn't care at all.
yeah, he basically turned up and just chopped one thing and that was it. He didn't even seem to put any food out for the birds or anything. So yeah.
We should have a word.
Well, yeah, but it's not really my place, is it? You know,
I mean, he told us stuff that he should never have said.
yeah.
What did he say?
would it? No.
I mean, it all turned out for the best because we found Rainier and you know, problem solved.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's very unprofessional to say as much as he did.
Yeah. We shouldn't repeat it, right?
Yeah.
Would it put your mind at any ease if I were to tell you that, seeing as drinks have been flowing somewhat and we have somehow found ourselves housemates in this peculiar circumstance, that in my youth I did have dealings, as I'm sure you could guess, with Xanathar's Guild, but I have since terminated my arrangements with them.
Right, so you know what the brain dogs were about.
No, that's new. That's a new one. There seems to be a lot of change in management, shall we say, and that seems to be part of it, since I knew him at least.
I think we should go and speak with my friend tomorrow, and she might go a bit
Friend?
more. Yeah.
Who's that?
Well, we'll see tomorrow. I don't want to. As you've made me aware, maybe we shouldn't be talking about certain people and mentioning things in open spaces.
Fair enough. We're in a cubicle now, but yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
No, you're at the bar.
I was still at the bar. I thought you had a private cubicle.
All the time at the bar.
Oh,
Like even when we were eating
yeah.
food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
god, really? Well,
I mean, you could move to a table,
I
but you
wouldn't
were all
have-
the time at the bar.
Why would we
I
live
wouldn't
in the
have had
bar?
this conversation.
Why
I
would we
thought
live
the
away from the
No,
cubicle-
but you because he
well,
done and
right.
say because you were thinking to move at the far end of the bar. Remember when you
Oh
entered?
yeah, no, that's true.
So you were at the far end with certain privacy, as the bar kind of like turns.
This whole time I was imagining us in one of those booths.
Yeah,
I
that's
did.
it. We were all there. We're in a booth now. And then, no, you're not. And then it was.
Reality reshapes itself.
Seat disappeared.
So you were at the L shape at the very end. So
near the
two
stairs.
near the stairs, two on each side of the L. So you're kind of like at an angle.
Okay,
so
so at least we can lean a little bit.
Yeah,
like, I mean, in a buzz, like,
Eating,
we got-
eating,
what the fuck?
and the nearest people is away from you. You
because we
smell like shit.
Yeah.
Okay, great. That's
Literally.
doing their job. Yeah, you're right, big guy. We should probably leave it till tomorrow.
But yeah, we could go there. It's not too far away. Maybe we could go there quite early and have a word just to kind of update. And anyway, yeah, we'll talk about it tomorrow. So
Yeah, let's go take that back.
time for
Where are you going to
Together.
kick this eve?
Oh, here.
You bought yourself a room.
Yeah, I think we got a. Didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we paid for the
You
room.
purchase
and,
a room in the bath. You purchase a room
Yeah, we'll get.
in the bath. And yeah, Bonnie, at one point she will walk past and go, all your baths are ready. Whenever you want upstairs, just follow the sign, the plaques.
well, I've
Yeah,
done
well,
finished more of my food. Thank you very much.
and she leaves.
That's delicious.
She leaves like a small metal token. Just give these to the people attending that.
Okay.
Oh. Pat my leg. Boy!
Scholar stands up.
I wouldn't smell too deeply, boy. Right, take my leave. Enjoy your baths.
Same.
See you in the
For
morning, I
breakfast.
guess. Yeah.
You have also paid for
Yeah, okay.
a room and all that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, so you all make your ways. You make your way upstairs. Each of you have this token, and they are kind of like finishing preparing everything. They have towels and warm water. They prepare everything for you, and then they leave. You all have like it's a tiny room each, but there are several of them. You know, this place caters to adventurers from all over the place. That there is even like an area there where you can bandage yourself if you need to, and you know you strip and you have your baths, and then with the towels that there were left keys to rooms, because you pay for single rooms, all every one of you. You pay for three shots. It's a single room.
I paid for me and him for.
Yeah, it was all single
So I
rooms.
don't know what you guys pay.
So you have you have four
Okay.
different keys, and then you can just make your way to your rooms.
Whilst I'm in the bath, I want to try and minor illusion the locket.
Okay. Make an intelligence spellcasting check.
18.
No, sorry. That's
Charisma.
the charisma, the tiefling thing.
Oh yeah. Okay. Is that, have you got proficiency with it?
No, it's a spellcasting ability check.
Oh, okay. 19.
19. Okay. You recreate it fairly. It's fairly accurate. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You could show this to someone.
And then I want to play that way. Then I'll try and minor illusion a ghost.
A ghost.
Yeah,
Okay.
ghost baby.
Okay. So a cartoony ghost, or do you want it to be like realistic?
Yeah, try and make like a creepy.
Yeah.
Picture
Okay.
like
Yeah.
a
I mean, you
child
can make.
ghost baby.
It's a lot easier because it's wispy energy, so it's not concrete and solid. So you can like yeah. You
Oh,
can,
I can describe my magic as well.
yeah.
So it's kind of like a bit like my dice. It's a greenish mist kind of thing with little bits of like gold
Mm-hmm.
throughout it. I actually have a ring I probably never described, which is like a golden ring with like a green insect.
Wedding ring.
No, not my wedding ring finger.
Is the one with the letter?
Yeah.
Okay. So you practice for a bit, and you're like, vroom, and the ghost kind of like stays in place and then vanishes because you cannot move or anything with my illusion.
Yeah, that's true.
They're just okay. So do you all go to sleep, or is there anything else you want to do?
No.
Okay. So you go to sleep, and it is a fairly quiet night. There is some wind during the night. You know the shutters, the windows kind of like tremble a bit. But it doesn't appear to be snowing that much, so you imagine that it has been thawed a bit in the morning after like the big storm a couple of nights ago. And you wake up in the morning to a more empty and quiet yawning portal. Your breakfast is included with that, so you can all like meet downstairs unless there's anything you want to do in your rooms.
Yeah, I want to level up.
Yes, you do level up.
Oh, hit dice.
Technically,
Yeah, how does the hit dice work with
So
this?
we magically get the extra ones back. Like I've got an extra 5 hit points from leveling up. I have those 5 hit points fully healed.
yes, correct.
But if we want to heal, we still have to spend hit dice because we don't get our
Yes.
hit dice back until.
No, you get the hit die
After
the
healing.
new hit die from leveling up, plus the one you get from the rest.
Did you roll hit points?
Yeah.
What did you roll? 8. Yeah, that's good.
No, you roll the actual
Oh
recovery.
no, I'm taking.
Oh,
first.
you rolled your healing.
But when,
Yeah.
when you have a long rest and you use your hit dice,
You then
it
get them
doesn't-
back at the end of the long rest after you heal.
but it doesn't consume the hit dice. It just, but you have to have had.
Yeah,
you
it
have to
consumes
have
it.
Yeah, but it consumes the ones you had, and then you get
So
new
you had
ones back
one
after you
before.
heal.
You had one before. You gain one, but you can use the one you
No,
gained on
th-
the long
th-
rest.
This is aside from the leveling up. This is I had one hit dice left because I didn't
Yep.
have a short rest, and I want
So
to
you've
use
got
that in
two.
my long
You've got
rest.
2.
Yeah, and then you recover it at the end of the long rest.
Yeah, but then I get it back immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when we're healing this time, so given that we are leveling up, say I was on 5 hit points, and I take I'm on 4, so I'm gonna roll my hit dice because I've got 1 left. 'Cause I didn't do a short rest either, so I'm gonna heal 6 plus 1, so I'm gonna fully heal.
Yeah.
But
And
if-
now,
now I get added on the 5 hit points fixed
correct.
as well, healed up. But if I
Actually, no. It's,
But I'm down
my
one hit
my
point.
second hit dice from leveling up that I now get added to my hit dice pool, I don't get until after I've rolled. So I couldn't then roll it for the long rest, could I?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
You will have one fewer.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm 1 hit point down.
You have 1 hit put down. Okay.
I need to.
I wrote to you, Tom.
Do you and if you short rest, and you don't roll the hit die, do you get it back, or you only get it back on the long rest?
On the long rest, you have to get back.
Okay.
Um,
So I got one used.
Yeah, you used one, didn't you?
Yeah.
So you can he can't heal with a hit dice. He can only get the extra hit points back on top.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I cannot heal that.
Well, no. Yes, correct. Because you
Well,
were.
no, you get it back and you roll it. I mean,
No, you
it
would
makes
get it back
sense.
after you
No,
roll.
but you get it back at the end of the long
So you
rest.
could literally, if you had like 2 hit points left.
No. Yes, you can.
I
you
mean,
can.
you definitely
yeah,
roll
you,
it. Otherwise, you do the whole rest and you
Ah,
don't heal.
Yeah,
it.
yeah. You
It's
get it and you
ridiculous.
can roll it immediately.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. That's
Yeah.
why I was
Yeah, so
confused.
you get it and you can roll it immediately.
But then you don't get it back at the end.
No, you don't. You spent it basically.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm
Okay.
going to stick with the 1 down.
So you could effectively, and I could effectively roll 2 if we weren't leveling up because we didn't use in the short rest. So you could roll it and then roll it again, and then have none for the rest of the day. But now we could do it 3 times because we've leveled up.
Yeah. Let's move
Right.
on.
Oh, hang on, let me go back up.
So you wake up. You meet downstairs.
It's all the shit I can do now.
You meet downstairs, and there is
Sure, do shit for
breakfast waiting for you.
Rub it in.
It is a quiet morning, still chill. What are you gonna do?
Right.
You have your breakfast.
So after we finish breakfast, I think we should go on a quick trip just to meet my friend, just to catch up with what's happened.
Is that nearby?
It's not too far, yeah. It's back where that temple was that we took now to.
Okay, it's not far.
That's in the southern world. Isn't
Yeah.
it? Okay, I mean, if this is important to you, man, but
Why do you want to speak to them? Have you got a reason? Why do you need to see them?
Well, they were connected with the person that we spoke to the other night who gave us the mission.
Oh,
So she could pass on the message that we've sorted that out, and also
okay.
just be good. She might have have some information about what's been going on as well. So
okay.
I mean, that'd be really helpful for us, I guess,
yeah,
if that's okay. I mean, it's not far away, and then we can go to wherever. Where did you want to go today?
I want to get back to the Splinter Dragon, but I doubt that the person I'm looking for will be there in the morning. But I can drop by and leave word.
The Skewer Dragon?
Splintered.
No,
Skewered.
skewered.
Skewered. That one.
yeah, they changed the name like
Shiny
3
hands.
months ago.
Yeah, Shiny and Storf.
Well, we could head back there
I mean, it is on the way there, yeah.
after. What's everyone's feeling about another excursion down to the lair that we?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not super enthusiastic about it, but if we speak to my friend first, she might have some information or ways of getting information about that as well.
Could we speak to your friend later? As in, if everything that we need to do is sort of south of the city, but our new home is actually a little bit north, should we go to a new home first, maybe meet Volo, and then address all the other things a little bit later in the day, unless your friend is only there in the mornings.
Well, I don't know if she'll be there, but I'd rather just pop down quickly.
Well, it's
If that's all right
it's
with
a good idea because we're gonna need new locks as we've discussed, and the Metal House of Wonders from the Order of Locksmiths and Finesmiths is down in Gut Alley, and that's in the south anyway. So might as well check out the house. Head back down south, pop in to see your mate, pop in to see your mate, pop in to see our mutual friends underground.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that alright?
Okay.
I mean,
Seems to make better sense than to go south and north and south and north.
I mean, yeah, we're already kind of south, but alright. We can always just ask them. We need the. I don't know. We need the surveyor first, don't we, before we can do the lot? I don't know.
Yeah,
I
well,
don't
that's
know.
why, that's why we
right.
met in Volo.
Never had a house before, so.
Yeah, what time are we meeting him? We're not late already, are we?
No,
it's
he said he'll be there in the morning, midday.
You say around noon.
Let's go. Aren't you excited? Let's go
Okay,
find our new
let's-
place.
Let's go find it. Let's get rid of some of the ghosts, and then
Yeah.
he'll show up. And let's not get rid of the ghosts. Maybe they can be our friends. I think that'd be better. Friend ghosts. Let's go for it.
Okay.
I'm excited.
So you finish your. Sorry.
there's a chance that there might be squatters, isn't there, living in the property?
Oh.
Is that
Maybe
not
ghosts
mentioned?
too.
We'll have a word with them, ask them to leave nicely.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, it's quite cold out, so maybe if they just wanted to stay, they could just use one of the rooms for now.
I think we can be very persuasive.
Why you being
Because I'm quite good at speaking to people. I
Oh,
can tell them.
But yeah, I mean, if there's nowhere for them to stay, like elsewhere in the streets, and don't want them to have to like live on the streets, maybe they could just like stay there and.
Well,
help
they
out.
can sleep in your room then.
Well, I don't know. We're not decided on rooms or anything yet.
If there's a garret. I believe I mentioned I was.
But we did mention that I could convert the top
Isn't that-
floor into a forest, though. Yeah.
Isn't the top floor where everybody lives?
Where
Isn't
we-
like the downstairs the bar?
The tap
and-
room, yeah.
Yeah, and
Well,
then
from the sounds
upstairs,
of it,
so
there was
you-
3 floors, and then there was a basement.
I think the best way to find out what the layout of the house is
That's
actually going to the
I
house.
heard there was a
Just
slide
wanna
on the outside.
How would you turn the top floor into a forest? There's nothing for the roots to grow in.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
What
I'll
kind
sort,
of gardener are you?
I'll sort it out.
It's a
I'd
sky
rather
garden.
not do structural damage if I.
Do trees have ghosts?
Trees can be haunted, yeah.
Wait, haunted by ghosts or haunted of trees? Of other
Like-
trees?
Like,
Well-
like an actual ghost of a tree, like you have a ghost forest for the ghost
get
people that are in.
Some types of trees that can be taken over by spirits.
Have you ever been to the City of the Dead? Here in Waterdeep.
I
You
feel
have a
past-
few times.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that's kind of like a ghost city, isn't it?
Well, it's just lots of dead bodies that their bodies, like the nutrients and stuff, go into the earth, and then the earth uses that, and then trees grow, and then the animals eat that, and then they die, and they go back into the earth, and then it just recycles.
So you
itself.
reckon we should fill a house with dead bodies?
I think maybe.
Well,
we
no,
should-
because it'd smell really badly. But
And that's how they enter the path of the murder hobo. Well, no hobo. Because, you know,
we have a
Word
house.
of homeowners.
Maybe
Murder
we should.
B&B.
Our house is somewhat in the northeast of the
Yeah.
city.
it's a horizontal alley that's kind of wide.
Yeah.
Maybe
So
we should make our way south through the City of the Dead and just. There's something I'd like to have a quick look at.
I'd really like to see it. I've never seen it before.
Well, there we go. Look, a bit of sightseeing. Head south through the City of the Dead. Meet up with your mate.
where are we now?
We like,
Next to the castle.
Yeah,
So
around here.
no,
No,
a bit
further
further.
south.
Yeah, there.
Around here.
Around
And where
there.
was the
That's the only portal, more or less.
where was the place we took Niall?
South from there.
Winter Gardens.
Yeah, it's no Nile. It's
Yeah.
in the trade was pretty much west from where you are.
Okay.
Yeah, and a bit north, near the City of the Dead.
Oh, so this is the area for Melanor, which is like over here then.
No, Melanor or Nile? you said?
Melanor, but
Oh.
you said Melanor's place was nearby the temple though.
Yes, it is a bit further south.
So about here somewhere. Near the Honourable Knight.
I can tell you exactly. One second. It is. So if you look at the O in southern,
Yeah.
it is north from there, you see Slop Street. It's kind of like a
Yeah,
curve,
it's
curving
curvy. Oh,
thing. It is in the courtyard inside Slop Street.
How long will it take to walk there?
From where you are,
Yeah.
would be about 15 minutes.
Okay. Well, it's only about 15 minutes walk to my friend's place.
Yeah, but then that's 15 more minutes we have to walk north to get to the house.
I mean, if you really want to go, you can go ahead and then meet us later at the house.
Well, I don't know, because you want to go to the city of the... I mean, I don't think we just split up at this point, but I don't think it'd be too much out of the way.
Well,
If we get hurry on this morning and finish breakfast quickly.
but it's not out of the way, it's just that we're coming back down there in the
Yeah.
afternoon for various
But
reasons.
what shares important information now? Then?
About what? I mean, we're just gonna go see the house, pop in, see what we need to get, come back down, get some locks. I mean, like,
I am happy to go to the house if you really insist on going to see a friend. I mean, you can go ahead and meet us at the house.
Well, I don't think... I'll come with you. I don't think we should split up, so...
Okay.
So why you guys
I assure you we will go. In due
We're
time.
going up to the house.
We're going by the City of the Dead, right?
I thought we could
On the
pop,
way back.
we'll come down there on the way back.
Let's go to the house first.
Okay.
Beeline to the house.
Going to
I get it.
house.
So you feed your breakfast, you leave the yawning portal, down and kind of like waves at you. See you next time. And as
Not that we need an inn anymore.
Can build our
Wanting to
own.
get some
you
barrels of ale.
get out of the city, and it is, you know,
It's terrifying.
it is.
It's awful. Quick, let's go back.
It's why do we have a
He's
lead?
there rubbing
It
his
is
hands. Come back in
a
here.
cold winter day, but you know, there's a bit of wind. You kind of hunker down with your clothes, your ear muffs,
Glad you didn't give that jacket away now.
and as you turn to the north and start walking up the main
High road.
street, which is Snail Street, all the way until you reach Waterdeep Way, which is the main road that goes like horizontal,
Yeah.
and then from there,
I thought we'd just take the high road over.
yeah, from there you take the high road.
Yeah.
Take the high
Um,
road.
And as you take the
East down Sullivan.
the high road going north, you start making your way. There are some drays, wagons moving about, some horses, and at one point, when you are about to reach almost the Great Drunkard, which is this. I described before, this statue is kind of like slumped head between the shoulders. Genhorn, you notice a horse that is a bit further ahead from where you are, which immediately catches your eye because apart from being appears to be like beautiful white with a long mane, it's not pulling any wagons. It's just a loose horse. It's just trotting down the street, and you look at it and it disappears behind behind the corner.
That was weird. Did you see that?
See what?
The horse.
You didn't see anything.
Come on. Just quickly, just take a look. I don't know. It was odd. Just gonna wander after it.
The horse is odd.
Yeah. It's
There
by-
are horses around here, like wagons.
But what about the horse?
Oh, why was it by? There's nobody with it around here. That's.
Is it
Yeah,
a ghost
sad.
horse?
Do you think it was a ghost horse?
Saddled, bridled.
Did it have a saddle or?
No, it was unsaddled.
Unsaddled? No, there was no saddle or anything.
An unsettled.
There's a wild horse running. We could
Yeah,
grab
like a wild horse.
Yeah, wild horse.
Sell a horse.
Can you
Make
make
a good bit
We'll
of
make sure
money
it's
for
alright. It might be lost.
We can drive the horse down back
And go
south.
follow and start walking off following.
Okay, so you start following. You look around the corner. Everyone is kind of like following.
Yeah, we go through.
You look around the corner, and you see just the hind legs and part of the body of it again disappears.
it. Did we see anything?
You turn around, and Genhorn is kind of like looking, but you don't see anything.
Quick, we have to. I want to start running. It's going too fast. I think we have to catch up.
Okay, you start running. What are you guys doing?
I can't leave him, and I'm gonna run after him.
Okay, you start running.
Here. Come on, let's do it.
I start running and then I start I'm like, oh, feeling good today, and I start running quicker.
Yeah.
Quicker.
You kind of feel a sprint in your step, as maybe it was the exercise yesterday, the memories, and you notice something starting to unlock in your mind somehow, as you start running, and you have a, maybe it's the
What
chill winter
What did
morning.
you have for breakfast?
Just feeling a bit more limber today as I'm running. Wait!
So you turn around that corner and disappear, and again, you go up the high road, and you're at this point, you're past the Great Drunkard, past the market in the high road. The market kind of does a pointy thing on the west side of the market, and it kind of like turns and starts going on the north side of the market, just a bit, and then it goes up.
Yeah, laser pointer.
It goes up,
Copper Street.
Copper Street. Yeah, it goes up Copper Street, but you barely. It's almost always out of view, and you can barely see the hint of the tail or the hind legs, and it's constantly disappearing around the buildings as you accelerate.
Gunnar,
Wait up, horsey! Wait!
what are you doing?
So everyone start running. You are maybe 30 or 40 feet behind Genhorn as you go. People are like, hey, calm down near the market. Oh, big guy, come down.
We're running after a furball. We're calling
God.
attention to ourselves.
Running.
I stop at some person that's like chatting. You know, I'm like, did you see a horse just go by this way?
Horses everywhere here. What are you talking about?
An unsaddled horse running around.
Unsaddled horse? No, of course not. There are no unsaddled horses in the deep.
Right. I'm gonna stop running.
You stop running,
I
okay.
just start
You
walking after them.
I'm still running after again.
and you.
I say, what are you doing? They ran away.
Yeah, you kind of like run away and then looking at Silas.
Silas!
I'll meet you at their house. This is mad.
But he's leaving. Hurry up.
You, Millie, you kind of look, and you, Millie, are now separated from them. And Gernhorn, you finally turn around a corner, and you immediately see that Gernhorn, as it turns around a corner a bit further ahead of you, he kind of like freezes in place. You notice this as well. Like, come on, there, and maybe 100 meters away from you, past a couple of blocks, you still see the big furball. In the not so super busy streets because of the early winter day, and it's kind of like stopping there looking at something. You are seeing him from the side.
Okay, I shout back to Silas. There, he stopped. And I keep on running.
Okay,
I'll
Millie,
just
you
stop
are
and
I'm gonna
about.
run up next to him and look at whatever he's
Yeah,
looking
you start going towards him, and you, Genhorn, notice now this appears to be a courtyard. You turn around, and you're in an inner courtyard where most buildings like back doors like lead to, and it is full of crap there, of rubbish, crates, people that are taking the things out, businesses that discard like crates and wooden pallets and rubbish in general, pieces of metal, and all around it there are cuts, dozens, maybe 30 cuts, in different positions, like some in the roofs, some in the crates, some in the ground. Well, actually there's none in the ground. They're all like keeping away from the snow, and they're just staring at you.
Cats.
Cats.
Oh, so yeah, cuts.
Cats.
No,
Cats.
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 And slowly moving their tails, and they're just looking at you. All this big amount of cats, and in the middle of the courtyard, there's the horse. And now that you can look at it properly, it has almost like a white, hazy aura around it. And as it turns around and faces you, probably 50 feet away from you, in the middle of the courtyard, surrounded by crates and cats, you can now see its big, beautiful single horn. And it is radiating an aura. And it's just looking at you and puts the head a bit lower. You recognize this as a horse invitation to like approach.
Just gonna slowly sort of.
Okay, so at this point, Millie, You reach the corner as he had been frozen in place there, and he starts walking forward, disappears. You turn around, you see the back of Denholm walking towards the inner courtyard. All the cats around you, but there's nothing in the middle. Or is there? It's almost like it's almost like a blur. You know the wavy, blurry, like shape that heat creates, the heat of a campfire creates in the air. It's almost like that. It is not like shaping up to be anything, but there is something there that's blurring the background in the middle of the courtyard.
Like,
You
shout out, Ganhard, those are cats.
They found cats then.
you hear Millicent shouting, "Those are cats!" from the corner of from the outside.
I shout back to Salas, I think he mistook a cat for a horse.
I'm just gonna stop and then just lean against the wall.
So you're some distance away. Are you going?
Yeah, I'm just keep
Okay,
going.
so you start going towards the Millicent is, and you are moving forward again.
Yeah.
You notice all the cats, they're just staring at you. And the horse is, the unicorn, is there, head lowered. What do you do?
Slowly. Hello. Trying to sort of slowly put my hand on its head, but like obviously walking forwards, kind of
Yeah.
cautiously.
You go to put your mirror, you notice that Ganhorn is putting the hand in the middle of this blurry haze floating in the air. And as you, Ganhorn, put the hand there, you start feeling a warmth. You realize you can't quite touch it until your hands feels the almost a vibration, almost like a barrier. It's not solid, the solid fur of the horse, but there's something there. And as you touch it, it starts dissolving, and you feel the energy. It starts to get inside you, and you take a big breath, and you notice Millicent as Genpel kind of like, as this haze, this blur starts surrounding him. Vroom, 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 vroom. At this point you arrive and look at it, and you feel the horse just going inside you, disappearing, and it's gone. The cats, they're all staring at you.
I'll just turn around.
Millie and Keth are there. What are you doing? You waiting?
What's with the cats? I think he just did something. I don't really know what's going on. The cats were looking at him, and then something weird.
Is he a cat
Ganhorn?
whisperer?
What was that? So I turned to the cats. What was that?
A cat stands. They're all sitting and waving, slowly moving their tails as cats do. And one of them kind of stands and jumps from a higher crate into a lower one, like comes very near you at the edge of the crate and sits down again, keeps moving its tail. It's a black cat with graying whiskers, kind of old probably, maybe 10, 12 years old. And it's looking at you. And it says, I am Morpholomew, king of cats.
Hello, Bartholomew. Very nice to meet you. Wait a second. I can understand you.
Yes. It's been a while since we had a true shepherd in Waterdeep. Are you here to stay?
Yeah, I think so. This is strange.
You, Millie, and you notice Ganhorn is speaking to a cat in a language you don't
It's
understand.
not just.
No, it's speaking a language that has a musicality, but you don't quite understand what he's saying.
What's going on?
I don't really know.
Has he been smoking some of that Sobolov stuff again?
I mean, he seems alright. The cat seems to be interested in him. There's like a back and forth, I'm sure.
So What does the king of the cats do?
I protect. I organize.
Oh. So, this is quite new, sorry. I mean,
Understandable.
so yeah, I've been working here as a gardener, but I didn't really expect to be able to converse with you so well. Sorry, this is just taking me
But the
by
spirit has chosen you.
the unicorn.
Mhm.
Wow,
You are then a true shepherd, aren't you not?
I guess, yeah. I mean, as part of the training that I had with Melanie, I didn't expect.
Melano. The elf.
Yeah,
Oh yes. Of the place of the lady down south.
yeah. Do you know her?
I know the lady.
So, what does this mean for us now? Are we like
For
friends?
now. We may. For now. We must go. And start looking around and you see that the cats, they all start like disappearing in small holes, crevices, jumping into roof. They start dispersing, this 30 strong amount, a crowd of cats. I don't know, what do you call
I
a
heard.
It's a clouder, isn't it?
Yeah.
Clouder?
clouder? Wow, a clouder of cats. They all start dispersing until only Morpholomew
Hello, I got you.
is there and looks at you. Well, if you're a true shepherd, you can always find us. But remember, always bring food.
Yeah. Okay.
And jumps, kind of like grabs it, the gutter near the tires and climbs there. Looks at you, looks at you both at the end of the alley leading to this. Oh, by the way, this place is called Many Cats Alley, and
That makes sense.
disappears into the morning.
You're right there, big guy.
Yeah.
What are you talking to that cat?
Yeah. His name was Bartholomew.
I'm sure it was.
He's the king of the cats.
That was about as cute as it was weird. I don't know what's going on, but did he really say things to you? Like, was that like conversation, or was, he was just kind of staring at it, making weird noises, and I don't really know what was going on.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to explain. Essentially, the unicorn spirit chose me,
Yeah.
and now I think I can talk to animals.
Yes.
Silas, sorry, you are there against the wall, and you see Keth and Millicent at the end of the alleyway where everyone disappeared, and they are just you cannot make out what they're doing, but they're just talking, towards the inside of the alley. Sorry.
Yeah. So, sorry, this is just quite a lot for one day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whew,
Yeah, well, that's quite a way to start a day.
yeah.
Can you talk to all animals or just the cats?
I mean, I've only tried cats so far, but I mean, where's Silas's dog?
He's with me.
I know, but
Scholar! I call out
Scholar like perks up and then looks at you. That's kind of a confirmation.
Start walking over.
Okay. Scholar comes with you.
You need him to track the horse. I'm
No.
sorry, the horse.
And Scholar stops at the entrance to this alley and immediately go.
it's all right,
Smell
Scholar.
something.
You can calm down, Scholar. The cats have got.
Place is full of cats.
Yeah, just
Smells too much of cat.
Yeah, there's quite a smell of cats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. You understand me?
Yeah. The unicorn spirit got inside me.
He's doing it again.
Give me food.
So you was doing the same thing with a cat before?
I'm always hungry.
Why
Scholar-
are you singing at my door?
Scholar says that he's always hungry and wants some food.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah.
Why are you singing at my dog exactly?
Oh, we're just talking.
You've been smoking all his own
That was exactly what I was thinking, but I don't think it is.
What if we get like hold up fingers and then you ask the behind his back and then you ask the dog how many fingers you're holding up and then the dog tells him.
Can a
and
dog
then
count?
the dog holds up his fingers. And there's,
Oh, so we're gonna
It's
say
not a bad idea.
Where's the horse anyway? You lost it.
No, it wasn't a horse. It was a unicorn spirit, and it went inside me.
We have to share a house with him.
Yeah.
Well, at least we'll be able to talk to the rats and tell them to stay away from the house. That's not a bad thing.
Well, they might want to stay in like somewhere. I could probably ask them to stay in one room, maybe. I mean, we don't want to make them go in the cold, so.
What is with you and people going in the cold?
But it's very cold out here, so.
I agree, but not as cold as Icewind Dale.
What's with you and husband? God,
Right,
I'm
guys.
in a TV show.
You plan for the day. Let's go to Icewind Dale just to see how cold it is. Just so.
And then, okay, it's cold, let's go back.
Well, if we bring all the rats
It's
from
in the
the
bloody
house,
name! Icewind Dale.
Bring the rats from the house to Icewind Dale, and then bring them back, and they'll be like, oh, it's not that cold. It's outside, it's alright.
Okay, before we move on, let's take a break. It's 6:30.
Alright,
Welcome to Nature.
We got really fast today. Like all the way up the street.
Well, you're North America. We'll be back in about 10-15 minutes. See you soon.
I can't believe I showed it you. It was 1-1.